That's true.
So you admit it.
Certainly.
Why?
I know people.
That's not good enough.
It won't have to be.
How's that?
You will tell me what you've done.
Oh, I will.
Yes.
I'm not one of your truant boys, you know, sister. James is convinced I'm innocent.
So you talked to Sister James. Well, of course you talked to Sister James.
Did you know that Donald's father beats him?
Yes.
And might that not account for the odd behavior Sister James noticed in the boy?
It might.
Then what is it? What? What did you hear? What did you see that convinced you so thoroughly?
What does it matter?
I want to know.
On the first day of the school year, I saw you touch William London's wrist. I saw him pull away.
That's all?
That was all.
But that's nothing.
What are you writing now?
You leave me no choice. I'm writing down what you say. I tend to get too flustered to remember the details of an upsetting conversation. This may be important. When I talk to the Monsignor and explain why you have to be removed as the principal of this school.
This morning, before I spoke with Mrs. Wheeler, I took the precaution of calling the last parish to which you were assigned.
What did he say?
Who?
The pastor.
I did not speak to the pastor. I spoke to one of the nuns.
You should have spoken to the pastor.
I spoke to a nun.
That's not the proper route for you to have taken, sister. The church is very clear. You're supposed to go through the pastor.
Why? Do you have an understanding, you and he? Father Flynn, you have a history.
You have no right to go rummaging through my past.
This is the third parish in 5 years.
Call the pastor and ask him why I left. It was perfectly innocent.
I'm not calling the pastor.
I'm a good priest, and there is nothing in my record to suggest otherwise.
You will go after another child and another until you're stopped.
What nun did you speak to?
I won't say.
I've not touched a child.
You have.
You have not the slightest proof of anything.
But I have my certainty. And armed with that, I will go to your last parish, and the one before that if necessary. I will find a parish, Father Flynn. Trust me, I will. A parent who probably doesn't know that you are still working with children. And once I do, you will be exposed. You may even be attacked, metaphorically or otherwise.
You have no right to act on your own. You are a member of the religious order. You have taken vows, obedience being one. You answer to us. You have no right to step outside the church.
I will step outside the church if that's what needs to be done. Through the door may shut behind me. I will do what needs to be done, Father, if it means I'm damned to hell. You should understand that, or you will mistake me. Now, did you give Donald Mueller wine to drink?
Have you never done anything wrong?
I have.
Mortal sin?
Yes.
And?
I confessed it. Did you give Donald Mueller wine to drink?
Whatever I have done, I've left it in the healing hands of my confessor, as have you. We are the same.
We are not the same. A dog that bites is a dog that bites. I do not justify what I do wrong and go on. I admit it, desist it, and take my medicine. Did you give Donald Mueller wine to drink?
No.
Mental reservation.
Wait.
You lie. Very well then. If you won't leave my office, I will. And once I go, I will not stop.
Wait.
You will request a transfer from this parish. You will take a leave of absence until it is granted.
And do what? For the love of God, my life is here.
Don't.
Please. Are we people? Am I a person, flesh and blood like you? Or are we just ideas and convictions? I can't say everything. Do you understand? There are things I can't say, even if you can't imagine the explanation. Sister, remember that there are circumstances beyond your knowledge. Even if you feel certainly, it is an emotional and not a fact. In the spirit of clarity, I appeal to you. On behalf of my life work, you have to behave responsibly. I put myself in your hands.
I don't want you.
My reputation is at stake.
You can preserve your reputation.
If you say these things, I won't be able to do my work in the community.
Your work in this community should be discontinued.
You'd leave me with nothing?
That's not true. It's Donald Mueller who has nothing. You took full advantage of that.
I have not done anything wrong. I care about that boy very much.
Because you smile at him and sympathize with him and talk to him as if you were the same?
That child needed a friend.
You are a cheat. The warm feeling you experienced when that boy looked at you with trust was not the sensation of virtue. It can be got by a drunkard from his tot of rum. You're a disgrace to the collar. The only reason you haven't been thrown out of the church is the decline in vocations.
I can fight you.
You will lose.
You can't know that.
I know.
Where's your compassion?
Know where you can get it? Stay here. Compose yourself. Use the phone if you like. Good day, Father. I have no sympathy for you. I know you're invulnerable to true regret. And cut your nails.